Imagine a critical vulnerability that lets an unauthenticated attacker execute code on a Langflow server. Today we'll break down CVE 2026-9198, understand how it works, verify it with Nuclei, and demonstrate. This video is for security education and authorized testing only. All demonstrations are performed against systems I am authorized to assess. IBM Langflow OSS 1.0.0 through 1.10.0 allows unauthenticated attackers to chain /API/v1/auto_login, mints superuser tokens to any network caller, with /API/v1/validate/code, executes user code via exec, to achieve full RCE on default Langflow deployments. Now let's summarize what makes this vulnerability so critical. CVE 2026-9198 affects Langflow versions 1.0.0 through 1.10.0, and the issue was addressed in version 1.10.1. It carries a CVSS score of 9.8, placing it in the critical severity category due to its low attack complexity and the fact that it can be triggered remotely without authentication. The attack chain begins with an authentication bypass, allowing an attacker to obtain a privileged JWT token. That token can then be used to access the vulnerable code validation functionality, ultimately resulting in remote code execution on the server. From a security perspective, the impact is significant. A successful attempt to make it easier for security researchers to understand and verify this vulnerability, I've published a dedicated GitHub repository for CVE 2026-9198. The repository includes detailed documentation, a proof-of-concept implementation, a nuclei detection template, usage examples, and setup instructions. Let's clone the repository and start the demonstration. First, verify whether the target appears to be vulnerable or not. For that, I'll use Nuclei with template. It's important to understand that Nuclei is only confirming the presence of the vulnerability. It is not exploiting the target. If the Nuclei reports the target as vulnerable, we can then move on to the exploit. Now that we've confirmed the target is vulnerable, let's exploit it with our POC. So, how can organizations protect themselves? The most important step is to upgrade Langflow to a patched version, as the vulnerability has been addressed by the maintainers. In addition, restrict access using network controls, reverse proxies, or VPNs wherever possible. Keeping software up to date and following security best practices remains one of the most effective defenses against vulnerabilities.